see the yoke? The seams are on the inside of the yoke. So your shirt is clean in the inside and on the outside. So this next step, you have to be very careful because this is going to dictate that you're making the shirt on the right side or not. Considering that this fabric has no face, right? And we just cleaned it so both sides would look the same. We need to make sure that we are paying attention that we have the side with a placket. And how would I recognize that? See this little corner that we did before? That's gonna be on my right side. So notice that I'm placing it this way because I'm pretending as if I have it on, okay? So this little corner right here is that is in somewhere in the middle of the neck. That's gonna be on the right side. This one that has this little corner here, that's for her seam allowance, that would be the left side. So we're gonna start with the easy side, okay? So we're gonna get the left side. I'm gonna flip it upside down. And let's go back, and you're gonna prepare this at the iron before you stitch it. So if you remember how we did the pattern, you have 1/2 inch seam allowance, then you fold it where that notch is, which is 1.5, and look at the next seam allowance, it lands exactly at the notch. Oh my God, it's so beautiful, right? See that? Mm-hmm. So what you're gonna do now, after it's pressed, because in the bottom, you're gonna have exactly the same thing going on. So you can actually do this. Now, if you don't trust that this is a straight line and it measures evenly, we know this measures 1.5, get your ruler, right? Just to make sure. So what you're gonna sew is right here on this edge, you're gonna do a top stitching. And this side is finished. Very simple. Now, the other side, this is the right. Again, we flip it upside down and we fold it at the first notch. So if we fold it at the first notch, you're gonna see that the edge is gonna land somewhere in between the two notches of this corner. So you're gonna go and press that evenly. So you should be 1.5 plus the 1/2 inch seam allowance, you should measure 2, correct? You're gonna press this. Now you're gonna fold that you're gonna match notch with notch, okay? And you're gonna press it. So then you're going to stitch here. Remember you had 1/2 inch in the between, you're gonna stitch it at 1/4 inch because we folded it in half, so it will be half of that. So we're gonna stitch this at 1/4, folded like this, okay? So you're gonna see that the edge of the seam allowance will be in the inside of that seam. So after you stitched it here, now you're going to open it. I'm gonna repeat this because this is the biggest mistake that everybody does. They go ahead and go and stitch it right here flat. No. See that it's not matching at the neck? That should be your first clue. You're going to open it, and now you're gonna turn it over, and you're gonna stitch the other edge at 1/4 inch. Okay? Remember, stitch all the way from the edge, reverse beginning and end. So if this little triangle would have been correctly, look at how it should have continued that nicely roundness of the neck. And then you're gonna press it like this, with this little flap sitting over the shirt, and you will have the top stitching on both sides. Okay, that's it. There's the placket.